So hi guys and welcome back to second race of season 2. And obviously if you haven't watched the last video, go and check it out because we started on pole. And after that, if you want to watch it, go check it out. And obviously spoiler alert, let's tell you guys, we got podium in our first race of the season and 600 points we have right now. But you can't do anything with these points. And let's see, even 1400 points for a major fuel efficiency. And look at that guide, we got P3. We got P3 in the first race of the season. Obviously, I'm not hoping that we will get it again because I know guys, it will be difficult to do it. But guys, let's just go into the second race of the season.
Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. But let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
So guys, into the qualifying for the first time in the Saudi Arabia GP, starting our first lap into Q2, and we have to do something here because obviously guys, it's a tight space race. I am not really confident in this track too because it is our first time doing a race, but I think we can still score some good points. So let's see, first sector green obviously, second sector we are taking it easy and there will be a lot of wall banging again, that one was. So it will be a little difficult to get a good lap, good race time, because qualifying is easy to do. The one lap pace I always have, the race pace will be difficult to do. So obviously second sector we had a purple, but it's now green. So ERS open, DRS open, race to the line and we go P3. We are 8 tenths behind Kush, Max Verstappen, and we are P6 now. And I decided, because obviously we did a good enough lap and our teammate Pierre Gasly also did a good lap here, and Oliver Behrman, Lance Stroll is out. That's not what you wanted to see from him, but that happens, right? So into Q2 again on a used set of soft tires. Let's see, into turn 1, now turn 2. Obviously we have to see and get a good lap here, good banker here. That is the main goal because red flags do occur in this session, in the Saudi Arabia GP, so it will be difficult to get a good lap here. So the first sector of the SS, and we have gone on to that curb a little bit extra, that might hurt us, but everywhere else we have done a good lap. Obviously it's a used soft tire, so you won't really get that much good time anyway, so it doesn't hurt us too much. So let's see, 2 green sectors and we have not much battery left, so we have to worry about that too. So Charles Leclerc goes with a 29.9 into P1. Obviously it looks like it might be on a new set of tires, and we are now rounding out the last corner, and obviously you can see the bias and the differential for us. And let's close that and let's go race to the line. We go P3, 9 tenths slower than Charles Leclerc, and we have ended up in P8. So we are now into the danger zone, so we have to do a better lap. So new soft tires here, obviously losing a little bit of a time, but we can gain it everywhere else because obviously my first sector was better in the first lap and my second and third sector were a little bit here and there. So look at that, we have taken the S's with confidence and we have gained a lot of time there. So first sector done, we have now gained 4 tenths, and we are not going to use the battery guys this time because I thought, using the battery at the end will be help for us. So second sector green, purple even after that, and going a little bit wide there. I think that is turn 25, not that good turn, but we have still maintained 2 tenths. So using a little bit of a battery there, rounding here into the braking for the last corner, steering a little bit early, getting a little bit of a wheel spin there, but we have still stayed 3 tenths. And now with the help of our ERS and DRS, race to the line, and where we will be ending up and it's P8. It's P8, that's good, guys. It's a good lap here, and Charles Leclerc into P1, and Pierre Gasly is out. That's not what I thought would happen to him, because he did a much better lap than this one. But I guess that was on a new set of tires. So into Q3, again on a used set of soft tires, we are starting our lap. Obviously, used set of tires do not give that much grip in Saudi Arabia. Well, at least in the first sector, it gives us a good amount of grip, but the turning does hurt us a little bit. So let's see into the S's, and the main goal is to not get a wheel spin. So I'm taking it easy this time, going a little bit wide on the corners, and again reaching on that curve a little bit, but we were alright, and still just by the neck of our teeth we were staying in the line. So rounding out the last corner, green 2 sectors, and we have banged that wall like Max Verstappen, but we have not DNF'd out of the qualifying. For us, that's a good news, and we go P6. We go P6, and sorry, my bad, guys. This was on a new set of tires, obviously, because obviously I had 2 set of soft tires remaining for the qualifying, and I was not going to use any of them in the race. So I decided to do both the runs on a new set of soft tires, and that's why, guys, the first lap was good, and the second lap now needs to be better than that. So first 2 corners done, and we have already gained almost 2 tenths in the first 2 corners, and we have continuing to keep that till the end of sector 1. And rounding out that was little bit weird, but we have still gained 4 tenths, and ERS now open, and obviously I'm not using DRS here. We are going to use that on the final straight. So, and again into the braking, we have still stayed on the part of 4 tenths, and now we are using battery. DRS also open, and our goal is to get as best of the qualifying position we can get. ERS stopped here, and rounding out the last corner, we have not gotten that worse than we did in the first lap, and because of that we have gained 6 tenths. So DRS open, ERS open, race to the end, and maybe we will be ending up in, and it was I think in top 5, and it is. We are P3 in the second race again. Our 1 lap pace is undefeated right now. Obviously, if you are Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, we are defeated. But other than that, we are doing amazing. So, guys, let's just go into the race for the second time and for the first time in the Kush Maini career mode.
Good morning, good afternoon, or for us, good evening, as we're under the night lights of Jeddah. The floodlights are on, and so is the pressure here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah street circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Maini, Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Albon, Gasly, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Stroll, Joe, Ricciardo, Sargent, and Ollie Behrman. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davidson, hello. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
So into the race, looks like there will be no penalties this time, and even then I was a little confused last time because getting a penalty in the first race is a little bit weird. So that's alright. We have lowered the fuel for us, so let's just go into the race. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are going the Saudi Arabian GP. Max Verstappen getting an all-right exit, and we also have gotten an exit, and George Russell trying to overtake through the inside, wasn't able to do, and we are going 3 wide with Max Verstappen, Kush, Maini and George Russell, and we have come out, and look at that, we are just tied with George Russell, and into the braking we have overtaken Max Verstappen for P2, and Charles Leclerc is now running in P1, and because of the kerfuffle we had a little bit, Charles Leclerc has broken DRS. So Alonso is now leading from Lando Norris. Lando Norris is alright, and George Russell is behind us, though fighting. Well, Fernando Alonso and Lando Norris' fighting has helped us to get, broke the DRS from these guys, but they will come back because, guys, obviously I am not 100% pushing on these medium tires. So we have to try to stay in the DRS of Charles Leclerc and touching the ball again, but I don't think we will be able to do that because, again, guys, they are, the Red Bull and Ferrari are much faster than us. Can't do anything about that. So lap 2 here, again on the same part here, and Charles Leclerc has broken 2 seconds to us, and Max Verstappen has overtaken George Russell, and he is now hounding us like crazy. So he gets DRS, and he has, without any problem, overtaken us, and George Russell comes back, and Fernando Alonso now tried to overtake George Russell, but into the braking for the last corner we have stayed in front of Max Verstappen, but Max Verstappen will get the DRS again, and let's see what he will do. And we have blocked, Max Verstappen as much as we can, and into the braking, and it was 3 wide, guys, it was 3 wide, but we have again braked a little later than Max Verstappen, and we have stayed behind, in front of these guys, but behind Charles Leclerc, and we have not lost too much time. We only lost 6 seconds through doing that, and through the S's we have gained at least 2 tenths back, so that's a good news. Charles Leclerc obviously saving his tires a little better than us. So lap 3 again, Max Verstappen tries to overtake us, and this time he goes through the inside, and we have not fighting him, and George Russell also comes back, and into the braking Max Verstappen has cleared us, and George Russell, look at that, guys, I was trying to get a little bit of a cleaner here, but I wasn't able to do that, and we get DRS Max Verstappen, and this time, guys, I decided that there is no point fighting Max Verstappen. Let's try to push as much as we can and stay in the DRS of Max Verstappen, because so at the end of lap 4, and look at that, guys, Max Verstappen has already broken DRS to us, and look at that, Fernando Alonso tries to come back into the braking for turn 1. We have closed the door on Fernando Alonso. We are not going to let him by that easily. So at the end of lap 5, Alonso is trying to come back on us, and he has gotten in front of us. George Russell has also gotten in front of us, but into the braking for the last corner we have at least tried to overtake George Russell, and we have done it, and now we are in front of Fernando Alonso. So lap 7, guys, Fernando Alonso is still fighting with us. Obviously it is not that easy to stay in front of them, but it's not too difficult to fight these guys, because obviously I tried to save my battery for the first 2 DRS. Other than that, there is not really any part where they can attack us. So lap 7 here, Fernando Alonso comes back on to us, and it's a 3 wide, and into the braking for the last corner. Ocon tries to overtake George Russell, and we have tucked in behind Fernando Alonso, and into the braking for turn 1 into lap 8. We have overtaken Fernando Alonso again. So this will, I think, guys, go for the whole race, and I am really alright with that. So lap 9, look at that, guys, Fernando Alonso is just behind us, and Lando Norris is in P7, and he is slow. Lando Norris is slow. Lando Norris, guys, what a bad luck Lando Norris is having here. First race, he had to take a penalty. And in the second race, guys, Lando Norris DNFs. What a bad luck Lando Norris is having here. In the chrome livery McLaren there, obviously, we thought revitalizing those old days will work for McLaren after that old livery, but it looks like it is doing quite the opposite work for them. So lap 9 we are still in front of Fernando Alonso, and we in I think 2 laps time we have to pit, so we are still pushing on these medium tires even though they are getting worse and worse. And obviously guys, my tire wear upgrades, well, Alpine's tire wear upgrade isn't as good as these guys, so they can brake in front and be faster than us. So let's see, lap 8, last corner, Fernando Alonso has overtaken us. We use DRS and Fernando Alonso will stay in front of us or be into turn 1. Not going to let that happen. We have made a dive bomb and we have stayed in front of Fernando Alonso. So guys, Saudi Arabia, you can have good fights, but overtaking is a little bit difficult. So lap 12, what am I saying right now? So Charles Leclerc into the pits, and he had a little bit of a worse pit stop, and Max Verstappen is now leading the race. Well, he will be effective race leader after everyone pits, because look at that, we are into the pits behind Fernando Alonso, and we had an objective to overtake Fernando Alonso, but I decided let's pit first and into the pits. Let's see, 2.5 pit stop. Alright, this time we get lucky with the pit stops, so that's good news for us. And we come out in P12, no one behind us. Well, there is a car behind us of Lewis Hamilton, but he will stay behind us, so that's a good news. And look at that, but is that Lewis Hamilton? Yeah, Lewis Hamilton was just fighting Guan Yu Zhou. He was just fighting Guan Yu Zhou. It felt like, obviously I think Guan Yu Zhou was coming out of the pits and Lewis Hamilton already was into the pits, so that's why that happened. And we are right now just behind Fernando Alonso, and now our main goal is to get back into the DRS of Fernando Alonso and overtake him and try to gap him as much as we can, because guys, the first 5-6 lap will be the deciding factor for us. And lap 13, everyone, look at that, everyone has pit guys. At this point every single one of them have pit, and look at that, everyone comes out. Piastri coming out behind Lewis Hamilton, that's not good. Ocon comes out in P8 and Lance Stroll into P9. Obviously guys, I think the worst guy who is having the worst race are the two guys here, who is Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez, because they should be in top 2 or top 3, and because they are getting stuck behind in this train. And obviously in F1 24 the DRS train is so effective that it's really difficult to break out of that. So that's why guys, I try to push as hard as we can, and there is always one or two drivers who stay with us, and they are never the drivers of Red Bull and Ferrari, so that's a good news for us. So lap 13 here guys, we have finally broken that 1 second gap, and we have now gotten into that gap, and we now have DRS. And now my first goal is to get that battery in. And lap 15 here, Bottas is having another failure here. First it was Lando Norris, and now it is Valtteri Bottas. Guys, that's just unlucky for him, and he has retired out of the race. And look at that guys, I just had a purple first sector and second sector, and look at the guys, I cut that curb, and we have to take that objective, and now we are not going to get that. But I guess guys, this happens. Obviously Saudi Arabia, my first time doing it, and it is a little difficult to do this. So look at that guys, I was trying to fake to the inside and go to the outside on Fernando Alonso, but I failed that miserably. Obviously Saudi Arabia guys are really narrow circuit. I know I have said it many times, but it's a narrow circuit, so it is a little difficult to follow these guys. But into turn 1, lap 17, we have overtaken Fernando Alonso, and it's because, guys, I have saved enough of my battery. The last 2-3 laps, my goal after getting into the DRS of Fernando Alonso was to save my battery, and look at that, we have 95%. And now my goal, even though I have the fastest lap, is to get a better fastest lap than that. So DRS we will not get, but ERS we are going to get. So purple first sector, a little bit early in the turning for this corner, but I guess you can still save it, but still can do the fastest lap. So last corner we have now 2 purple sectors, and again not able to maximize the exit in the last corner, but still we have battery, we have used it, and we go fastest. We have gone fastest on lap 17. We are now 7 laps till the end, and Fernando Alonso's DRS has been broken. But lap 19, guys, Fernando Alonso is back into our DRS, and it's because, guys, we are making a little bit too many mistakes in the narrow circuit and into the braking for the last corner. Fernando Alonso overtakes us, and we come back again with the help of DRS, and we will get that now, and we will try to close up to Alonso as much as we can. And can we overtake Fernando Alonso into the braking for turn 1? And that's not good, guys. That is not good. Our DRS has malfunctioned. Our DRS has malfunctioned, and that is the worst news you could have given us right now. So lap 21, guys, here, and because I do not have DRS, I thought there is no point staying in the DRS of Alonso. Well, I did not think that. It's just that my mind thought that, and because of that, Perez has overtaken us. And as soon as I was saying that Perez and Ocon should be in the front in top 3 or top 4, Perez has overtaken us. But guys, this is also a tactic. I thought, why should I overtake Sergio Perez? Let's just stay behind him, and obviously he will definitely have the pace to catch up to Fernando Alonso, and then because there are only 3 laps remaining, we can fight him at the end. So turn 22, again on the last DRS for this lap here, we get DRS, but look at that, we are just 1.7 seconds behind behind Alonso, and 4/10 behind Perez. So Perez is still out of the DRS. So into the braking for the last corner, Piastri tried to overtake us, but obviously wasn't able to do anything about it, and we get DRS again. And obviously, guys, I have to increase the differential here and there a little bit, because the hard tires, I forgot to increase the front wing. That's why diff is the only thing I can increase. So we have to now just stay in the DRS of Sergio Perez to do anything. But rounding out the last corner, Max Verstappen continuing his winning streak, and Charles Leclerc continuing his P2 streak, and we are here into P5 here with the fastest lap right now. And look at that, we go wide, guys, we go wide, not taking that corner properly, and Max Verstappen has just done the fastest lap, and Perez with the help of DRS has overtaken Fernando Alonso for P3, and we are just there. We tried to overtake Fernando Alonso, but we made a mistake, guys. We touched Fernando Alonso's wing, and look at that, guys, we were just a little bit faster than Fernando Alonso, but it was not enough. It was not enough to get P4 or P3. The best position should have been P4 for us in the last lap to get that P3, but we weren't able to do, guys. So let's just see the podium celebrations.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
So double podium finish for the Red Bull team. Obviously it makes sense. Ferrari with Charles Leclerc into P2 and Ocon into P8, and our teammate Pierre Gasly again scores 1 point. That's good news. And obviously I'm not going to make a mistake of not saving the replay. And let's see, fastest lap, Max Verstappen took it, but Charles Leclerc took it back and he gets P2 there, and Carlos Sainz into P11 in the Haas. I don't know why, I don't understand why Ferrari thought Esteban Ocon would be a better choice than Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz. Still don't get it. So we have won the championship rivalry from Lance Stroll. Wait, really? We have beaten Lance Stroll in the points and in the rating too. And look at that, guys. 2000 in the experience, 2600 in the race. Awareness has gone, and focus has gone 7400, and we have gone to 82 rated straight away, guys. I was 80 rated in the last race, guys, and we have gone to 82 rated because obviously we won the rivalry. So I guess winning the rivalry is the best way to increase your rating. So guys, if you enjoyed these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.